Hi everyone, welcome to Econ 2301. This is Principles of Macroeconomics. I'm the instructor of the course. My name is Dr. Bayanpur Terani. I am a full-time faculty here at Lone Star College Sci-Fair, and I'm very excited to start this summer session with you guys. And I know that it starts on Thursday, which is kind of an unusual day, but that's how our summer two classes are in Lone Star College. Um, and we do count actually today and tomorrow as our first week. So that's why we are kind of getting into our very first chapter also this week. Okay. So I wanted actually to talk to you a little bit about D12 and also tell you where you can find different things for this class. I definitely encourage you guys to read the syllabus first before you start doing anything, because it's really important to know what's going on in the class, to know the policies in this class, what I'm expecting from you. So you can find everything in terms of the course materials under the content tab in D12. As you can see, I posted a little welcome note for you here, kind of highlighting the important things about our class. I tried to summarize everything. Of course, I'm going to go over everything later on in this video, but I'm just going to keep it here. These are important kind of reminders for you that you can always go back and check. Before I show you the syllabus and also the other things that you can find on D12, let me just remind you that the last day of our class is on August 20th, which is a Sunday. As you will see later on in our class, the assignments and discussions and even the midterm exam, they're all due on Mondays, but our final exam will be due on a Sunday. And the reason for that is that the last day of our class is on Sunday, August 20th. So just keep that in mind. The deadline for the final is not August 21st, it's August 20th. Of course, I'm going to send you a reminder again when we are getting closer to that time. But please mark your calendar today because I want just to avoid any confusion for that reason. Just keep in mind. And also, you definitely need a laptop, especially for for doing all the assignments. Obviously, it's an online class, so technology is required for this class. Also, you will see that for the midterm exam and also the final exam, all the tests basically in my class are proctored, so they are timed. And also there will be a lockdown browser. So as soon as you start taking the tests, you don't have an access to other stuff on the internet and also on your computer. You also need a camera, a webcam for taking the tests. And I'm gonna elaborate more on that because when I say a webcam, I scare some of the students, but I also want to mention what's happening behind that webcam. But you do need a webcam because again, it's a proctor test. So I understand that your laptop might not have a webcam or it might be costly for you to buy an external webcam. However, you can find it on Amazon or Walmart, even website for like 10, $12. But even if you can't or you don't just want to buy it, you can always borrow a laptop from our OTS team. For our campus, OTS office is on the first floor of the tech building. So if you go to tech first floor, you should be able to find OTS, and you can go this week or next week to check out a laptop. They're more than happy to help you. Also remember that you can always come to our campus. However, this is an online class, but you can always come to campus to take your test. We have open labs on different parts of the campus. Again, we have one in technology building in tech, and we also have one in CASA. You can always go to the library to take your test. Especially for the exams, make sure that you have all the appropriate technology before you open the test. You need to make sure that you have the good internet connection before you start the test. So to avoid any technical issues, which you are responsible, by the way, as you will read the syllabus, please let us help you by borrowing a laptop or borrowing you a laptop, or you can simply just come to our campus and take care of your exams. Okay. So to find everything about the class, you should go to the content tab. Okay. There are different modules, as you can see here. Of course, mine is now on syllabus because I'm going over the syllabus with you, but I just wanted to show you that there is something that I call it a student memorandum that basically tells you what you read on the syllabus is accepted by you. And you are basically signing this memorandum with me saying that you do not have any question about the syllabus, you understood the policies in this class, and so forth. And that would be your very first assignment for this class. I want you to read the syllabus that I'm about to show you, and then print this student memorandum, sign it, write your name, and then I want you to submit this signed memorandum on D12. You're not going to email it to me. Again, all the information is on the syllabus, but I'm just going to quickly show you the Dropbox that I created on D12 for you guys to go ahead and upload your signed memorandum for me. Again, saying that you do not have any question about the syllabus and you understand all the policies in this class. So when you are done reading the syllabus, signing the student memorandum, please go to course activities. You do not have to memorize everything that I'm saying here because everything is stated on the syllabus. So you go to course activity, you go to assignments, and here is the website for student memorandum. So you just click on that, and then you are able to upload your, first, the features that I'm showing you do not exist on your side because it's the instructor kind of mode. But you can come here and there is a deadline. It's July 24th. I'm giving you enough time because I know that we're starting on Thursday, but July 24th is the deadline for you guys to upload your signed student memorandum here. So you can come to this Dropbox and upload your student memorandum, then you are done. Okay. So that's pretty much the first assignment. As soon as you finish reading the syllabus and before you forget, sign the student memorandum. Okay. Going back to the content tab, because I was showing you all the different things that you can find that are related to our class here. As I showed you, and I will elaborate more on, you can find a syllabus here. And then we have our weekly modules. So I'm trying actually to show you what by creating these modules, I'm showing you basically what we cover and do every week, as well as different course materials that I provided for you for each week are also posted here. So for week 1, which starts basically today, we're just going to read the syllabus and take care of the student memorandum, and we're going to jump into our first chapter. So you have the lecture notes for chapter 1, and also you are going to find different videos on these weekly modules for every week that are related to the topics that we cover, let's say in chapter 1. Sometimes I also have a little bit longer videos. Sometimes I have shorter videos here for you guys. I try to specifically keep these videos short, as short as possible. And they are just about the specific topic in each chapter. But when I send you my weekly emails, which is typically on Sunday or Monday, I also give you a kind of a longer videos in those emails where I go over these lecture notes that I posted on D12 for you. So go over this lecture note, chapter 1, explaining the topics in more detail. So these videos are longer, but they are like you're sitting in the classroom and I'm explaining more stuff in more detail. Some students like these long videos, sometimes they don't. So it's really up to you and the way that you study. So because again, these are longer, some students don't like, but I do have some students that appreciate the longer videos because you can pause them, come back and watch them. I do have a YouTube channel, so you can find, of course, all these notes, also all these videos also there, but I have tons of videos there. So I try actually in my weekly emails just attach those videos that are related to the chapters that we cover. Okay, so you can find everything here in terms of the weekly modules, what we cover, the course materials that are related to the chapters that we cover for that specific week. Since we are also talking about, I already mentioned the tests and everything, let me also show you where you can find the assignments, okay? So this is an online class, so you do need the technology, as I mentioned. So take care of that part because that is your responsibilities. But of course, we are helping you guys in Lone Star College not to stay behind because of the technology. So again, OTS is generous with lending you whatever technology that you need. But we also need something that is called Connect Plus, that is basically our textbook. So I'm scrolling down in my on my page. I'm still on under the content tab. There is this folder that calls McGraw-Hill. McGraw-Hill is the publisher of our textbook, and Connect Plus is the software that that our publisher basically provided for us, where you can find the electronic version of the textbook, you can find the assignments, you can find also the exams. So I get this question from students that should I buy Connect? And the answer is yes. You have to have the Connect to complete this class. So in Lone Star College Sci-Fair, we use Connect, and most of the faculty, actually, even the adjunct faculty, part-time faculty, they are also encouraged to use that. And you to have an access to everything basically in our class, you need to buy these access code. Okay, the access code for Connect. The easiest way for you to get Connect is to come to McGraw folder and then let's say click on chapter 1. And before I show you Connect, of course, again, that will be on my side, kind of my version of the instructor version of Connect. Let me just elaborate a little bit more. And I also posted the note here for you. We have two different types of assignments when you open McGraw folder. There's one like this. It says chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. They are readings from each chapter. And if you pay attention to the deadlines, they are all due sometime in August 26th, which is basically after our class is over. These assignments, they're called the SMART books. They are reading from each chapter. They are not graded, but they are optional. And I highly, highly recommend you guys to do them because they are readings from each chapter. There are some questions after each section that you answer to see if you understood the topic or not. If you miss a question, it will automatically take you to the place that you missed. So you can again reread the topic again just to make sure that you understand it. So I think it's a very, very good way for you to get ready before taking and doing the homework that are graded. So they are not again graded, these smart books, but I highly recommend you guys to do them. And the reason that I'm not putting a grade on them is because this is summer, so you really don't have that much time. So I want you to, you do assignments, you read 2 to 3 chapters sometimes. This is the only week probably you're just reading just one chapter. You will see starting from next week, we cover more chapters. So we have limited amount of time. So that's why I'm not putting any grades on them. But again, I highly recommend you guys to do them. Assignments that I do care in terms of grade are called homework, and they do have a specific deadline. So let's say homework number one, which is from chapter 1 and 2, by the way, is due on July 24th. So it is a Monday. I'm giving you more time for this one because again, we're covering 2 chapters and in this homework, but we're just covering chapter 1 this week, and then on Monday next week, I'm going to assign chapter 2, so you have a little bit more time for homework number 1. Anyhow, these are the assignments that are graded and required for you to do. I'm not going to give you extension for them, so please pay attention to the deadlines. Um, and they are graded, as I said. I am going to drop the lowest homework grade at the end of the semester. You have 1 week to complete them, sometimes more than a week, like homework 1. So there's no excuse really for you to miss a homework. So please do not reach out to me to ask me for extension, because my answer would be no. These homework, they go on study mode after their deadline, allowing you to go back and have some practice so you can redo them after the deadline. But you cannot do them for a grade. So if you miss them, you will get a 0, and there's no way for me to open it. So please do not ask me for that. Okay. So if you miss it, just you will get a 0, and I will drop the lowest homework grade at the end. So I think that will be enough for that. You can also find a midterm exam here. Of course, the dates for the midterm exam and also for the final exam are on this syllabus, but you can also go ahead and check all the deadlines here. But if you also pay attention when I show you the D12, there's also a calendar on the front page of the D12 on the right-hand side at the bottom, where you can see all the deadlines. And of course, I will send you reminders with my emails and announcement. But again, you can go ahead and mark your calendars for both midterm exam and for the final exam. You can also find the final exam here. Okay. To get Connect, you can click on homework 1 or one of the smart books. I'm just going to click on homework number 1. Of course, mine is already created, my account and everything. So I'm just going to go and press launch. It's kind of similar also for you. So when you click on that, it will take you to this Connect Plus. Again, mine is already set up, so it will be different for you. But when you come to Connect, it's really, really easy for you to follow these steps. It will ask you to create your account. You have 14 days free trial to use Connect. So if you're waiting for financial aid, your money, you can take the advantage of that. But please make sure that you purchase the access code as soon as you have the money. Otherwise, your access to Connect will be, would be impossible. So, but if you are ready to purchase the Connect even today, so you can just follow the steps there, create your account, and please, for email, use your Lone Star email address. Do not use your Gmail or other emails that you have. So set up your account, follow the steps there, which is basically asking you to put your credit card or your debit card information to purchase it, and then you are done. And you have an access to electronic textbook. You have an access, as I said, for homework. You have an access to smart books, which were readings from each chapter. So you can find the electronic textbook under the library. This is the ebook. So you can find basically everything about the textbook right here. There are different features that are very, very helpful in electronic textbook. So if you use smart books that I already showed you that are not graded, they are basically selected parts of each chapter. So as you can see, there are like 460 pages here, but when you do the smart books, there are like limited time going over important parts of each chapter. and you read from them, answer some questions, and you are good to go. Okay. So this is about the textbook. Okay. Since we are basically connect talking, I want to talk a little bit about also exams. Okay, so I already talked about the assignments. You have 1 week to do them most of the time. There's no time limit, by the way, when you do the homework. You have 2 attempts, and basically the highest grade will be posted on the grade book. So you have you have basically time to do the homework for 2 times, which is, I think, helpful. Um, um, Let me go back here to, since I want to talk to you a little bit about the exams. Let me open the syllabus. So again, I'm under the content tab still. So let me show you important part of the syllabus that I have here. Remember that all of us, we have 2 different email addresses here at Lone Star College. One is through our D2L, so you can easily email me through your D2L account. Or you can just use your Lone Star email. Mine is pretty long because my last name is long, but it's right here on the syllabus. I am easier in responding my Lone Star email. I do check my D2L, but probably once or twice a day. If it's weekend, probably just once. We do not have any holiday, of course, for summer too, because I wanted to say I don't check it even during holidays. But anyhow, if there's something urgent and you want to reach out to me, please send your emails to my Lone Star email, and make sure that you use also your Lone Star email, because sometimes it goes to my spam and I might not get it. So use your Lone Star when you're contacting my Lone Star. I have my Lone Star email on my cell phone, so that's why it's really easy for me to answer your questions and concerns. So please keep that in mind, that it is faster. This is an online class and it's summer, so I am not in my office all the time. So I posted my office phone number here, but again, the reality is that I'm not there every day because of summertime. So the easiest way to reach out to me is email. And again, best bet is my Lone Star email. Okay. Um, this is a macroeconomic class. So we will go over topics that are related to a country's economy, a nation's economy. If you took microeconomic in the past, you probably remember the topics like profit maximization in micro, different markets that we cover in microeconomics. Topics like utility elasticity are the topics that we cover in micro. In basically microeconomics, we are focused on firms and businesses and how they behave. In macroeconomic, in our class, however, we are focused on a country's economy and how governments, individuals, and us as a nation basically think and make decisions. So we will talk about GDP. We will talk about inflation, which is pretty hot these days, unemployment rate. We will talk about money and banking a little bit. We will see how government and Federal Reserve as a central bank in United States basically do their job when it comes to bringing stability in the market, and how they deal with problems like inflation or recession that we have. So these are the topics that we cover in macroeconomics in our class, okay? If you took microeconomics with us in Lone Star College Sci-Fair, you will see that the first 4 chapters that we cover in our class are exactly like micro, because they are foundations of economics. That's why they're common in both micro and macro. So please be patient and look at it as a review. If this is your very first time taking any econ class with us, so that's great because they're all brand new, those topics to you. So we cover basically topics like cost, benefit, opportunity cost, demand, supply, what we mean by market, market failure. So these are the common topics that we cover. And then when we start our chapters 6 and 7, and you will see that I combined actually these two chapters, that's when we start our very first macroeconomic topics. Okay. So the first 4 chapters are introduction to economics. Okay. I already mentioned the student memorandum to you and where you can find it, but since I'm going over the syllabus, let me also talk to you about the attendance. So this is an online class, so I'm not taking any roles, obviously, in this class, but you have to log in to your D12. So logging in into your D12 counts as basically your attendance and as your activities. So I'm pretty sure, of course, you guys will do that because we cover so much every week. So I'm pretty sure that you will log in more than one time into your D12. But just keep that in mind that you want to stay active in this class. And my experience is that summer students are really, really good because it's just 6 weeks. So you have a goal. That's why you're enrolled in a class during your summer where you can do something else, right, with your time. So my experience is that and I've been teaching in Lone Star for 10 years now, that they are goal-oriented summer students and they're really good. So I'm pretty sure you guys will be also amazing. So that's just something as a reminder about the attendance and what I mean by that, okay? I will come back to this discussion when I'm done with syllabus because I want to show you where you can find this discussions discussion board basically. We'll come back to that. I already explained the assignments. All the assignments are online and they are all on Connect. I put also some videos for you as kind of introduction to Connect. You can get more information about Connect, but I already showed you the platform. I already mentioned exams. So we have a midterm exam and final. As I mentioned, they are proctored. You have few days to complete them. There won't be any makeup exam for you unless you have a really, really good excuse for me, like a college approved excuse. Then I will arrange a makeup test for you. The makeup test will be at the testing center. It won't be online. Let me just tell you that. So you have to go to the testing center to take the to take the makeup exam. Again, if I approve your excuse for missing the test, and there won't be any makeup for the final because I have a strict deadline about my grades, and the grades should be posted the day literally after we're done with the class. So there won't be any makeup exam for the final. But if there is a approved makeup for the midterm exam, you have to go in person to the testing center, and there you are going to take a written test there. Just to let you know, there won't be any makeup than like an online test, okay? I already mentioned about the proctor test. And something that I forgot actually to mention was about the webcam thing. So when I say webcam, when I say proctored, I panic some of the students, but let me just tell you this. I am not there when you are taking the test and nobody's watching you when you're taking the test, even if there is a webcam. And yes, the test will be recorded, but the matter of fact is you are taking the test a different time of the day, and I have also a life, right? So I'm not going to watch you when you're taking the test. So just let me be clear with that. But I do sometimes watch the recorded videos, especially when I get a red flag from you. And what do I mean by that? So if there are lots of movements when you're taking the test, if you're talking too much, if there are lots of motions basically going on, then I will get a red flag, and then I will go back and watch your recorded video to see what went wrong. And sometimes I randomly watch the recorded videos. I'm not going to watch everything, but recorded videos that randomly might be watched with me. So I'll just be aware of that. You want to make sure that I see you at all times when you are taking the test, or your face is in the video, okay? No cover on your webcam. Obviously, you want, again, limit the amount of movement and talking and noises around you when you are taking the test. Again, otherwise I will get that red flag, okay? Um, and it will be uh, from the perspective of Connect, you are cheating, okay? Of course, as you can see here, cheating is not tolerated in my class, okay? Okay, that's about that. And again, the tests are timed. And I also get this question that can I have a note? We do have lots of formulas in our class, so I'm okay with you to have a sheet of formulas. I also provided for my face-to-face classes always. So yes, you can have those. If there are like small things that might help you with the test in terms of notes, you can again have them on a piece of paper. But I want you to show your notes to the webcam before you start. Okay? No, you cannot have. Let's say I had students once that told me, "Oh, can I have my notes on my iPad?" I know that you guys are tech savvy, by the way, but you cannot have your iPad in front of you. The idea of having a lockdown browser is to limit your access to the internet and other devices, right? So no, you cannot have an iPad next to you when you're taking the test, okay? Um, have them written on a piece of paper, old school, show them to the webcam, and then you're going to start your test, okay? So few pages, not the entire book, few pages of notes and formulas, and that's it. That's what you can have, okay? Um, these are the things that you can read but on your own. Again, these are the dates for the midterm exam and final exam. And as you can see, again, no makeup for the final. So please be on time taking your final. One suggestion that I have in terms of taking the test is I know that you guys study and get ready for the test, and sometimes we all wait till last day to take it. It's okay with me to take it on the last date of the deadline, but please don't take it because all the exams are due at like midnight or 11:30 p.m. So please do not wait till, let's say, 11 o'clock to take the test on the day that the exam will be closed. And the reason for that is if there is an issue going on with the test or with, I don't know, with your technology, then I cannot help you because it's 11. I might be sleeping, okay? I might not check my email that time. So please do not wait till last minute to take the test. If you are running the technical issue, I am not the person that you should contact, by the way, during the exam time. You should contact Connect Plus right away. And let me go back up in here. I put their student desk number, or you can just chat with them. Here is their number, 800 number. You can chat also with them, and they're really quick in responding, okay? Um, if there is if you have an issue with your internet, with your laptop, that is not my fault, okay? It's on you. It's on you. It's your responsibility. So, unfortunately, I cannot do anything about that, as I mentioned. Avoid the technology issue by borrowing the appropriate laptop, by coming to campus and using the good internet connection. This is the great outline for our class, and I will also send you, as a college student or a person taking college level classes, you should be able to calculate your grade without even me sharing the formula with you. But still, I go ahead and I will actually share with you probably next week or on the third week of our class when we're getting closer to the midterm exam. But you should be able to use this grade outline and calculate your grading class anytime, okay? That's the expectations from you guys. So don't send me an email and say, oh, what is my grade? You should be able to do that on your own. But again, I will share the formula just to make sure that we are on the same page, okay? When you are calculating your grades for assignments and discussions, you should take the average of your assignment and discussion. Okay. What else? I also put a little table at the end where kind of tell you what we do every day. But even without that, if you go to the weekly modules that I showed you, you should be able to find everything that we cover and all the assignments that are due every week. Okay. That's pretty much it for the assignments. Let me show you where you can find those discussions because we do have 3 discussions for our summer class. And on D12, if you go on to the collaboration tab, click and go to the discussions. Again, everything is on the syllabus. You can find everything that I'm showing you here on the syllabus, or you can just pause the video and find it. So this is our discussion board. We have 3 discussions in total. This is discussion number 1, which is open today, the first day of our class, and is due on July 24th. Again, you have more than 1 week to do that. But for the other 2 discussions, discussion 2 and discussion 3, you have just 1 week, okay? I ask you a question on each discussion. And by the way, I opened all the discussions today, so you can go ahead and post your answers there. To see other people's answers, you have to post your answer first. And this is how I grade the discussions. So you answer to the question that I raised on the discussion board. To just start with, as I said, there is a word limit for your answers. Your answer should be at least 200 words. Let me go up in here, and I explained again everything here on the discussion board, so you won't forget. Every time that you open the discussion board, it's right in front of you, okay? So your answers to the question should not be less than 200 words without your citation. I'm sorry, son, for my dog. Come here. I apologize for the barking. um, because you are going to share me your sources, which website you use, and try to use scientific sources. YouTube, for instance, or Investopedia are not scientific sources. Okay, I really am so sorry about the background. Neighbors are out and my dog is barking at them. I apologize. I hope that it's not too disturbing for you. So you need to have so your answers shouldn't be less than 200 words without your sources. Otherwise, you're not going to get the complete credit for that. So each discussion has 100 points, as you can see here. 50 points will go to your answer, and then 50 points will go to your feedbacks for your friends in class, okay? So when you are done submitting your answers, and you can do that even on day 1 because it's open, all the 3 discussion board, but just make sure that you go back to the discussion board and you check out other students' responses to that question later. And then you have to leave feedback for your friends in class, at least 2, okay? And your feedback for your friends shouldn't be less than 100 words, okay? There's again a limit for that. So, and please avoid writing, oh, I agree with you, or like, and you can write that, but try to be more precise. Which part of that answer you like, or which part of that answer you disagree with, okay? So be more specific because it has 50 points of your grade. So you want to elaborate more on that. And then again, 50 points will go to those feedbacks, okay? For discussion number 2, by the way, there is no word limit. Of course, you will see it because you are going to give me some data in a table. So there is no really word limit for that, but you still you should still post your answers before you see anybody else's answer. And only again for discussion number 2, since again just data and some numbers for the first part of the question, You are just going to basically comment on the second question in the discussion too. So just one response or feedback would be enough for that discussion, but it doesn't apply to discussion 1 and 3. Okay. So the deadlines again are on the calendar in D12, and if you click on the discussion board, you can also see the deadlines. But again, I will remind you in my weekly emails. Okay. So that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted actually to discuss with you. Please let me know if you have any question about this syllabus. Again, I'm very, very excited to work with every single one of you. I know it's online, so it's really hard to build that connection and that community. But with posting announcements and my emails and the discussion board, I hope that I can bring everybody together and feel more like a actual class, if that makes sense. But please don't hesitate to ask any question. You can, again, email me to my Lone Star email. That would be pretty fast. And I apologize for the long video, but I just wanted to go over everything because I know that sometimes we don't read syllabus in more detail, but I just wanted to make sure that you have all the information before you start this class. I wish you all the best, and I'm here to help you. And I am here not just to help you to get through this class, but my goal is for you to finish this class with good grades. Okay, so get ready to study, and again, let me know if you have any questions. Okay, take care, guys, and have a great Thursday.